Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Every video game on home computers, every video game on handhelds, every video game in the arcade, and every video game for home consoles. Welcome everybody to the middle of October, 1982. We were last playing Transylvania, and our next game is... It's Q*bert! It is actually Q*bert, one of the most iconic video game characters ever, and we finally get to play Q*bert. It just blows my mind. We're going to the arcades, and this marks our 467th game we played in the arcade. That's how many are out there. Here's the advertisement flyer for Q*bert. Yes, the video game character that's cute and adorable, but we don't know exactly what he's saying. If you know Q*bert speak, please tell me all your Q*bert speak messages in the chat. We all know that he's swearing, though, because he does it every time you fall down. We have a lot of advertisement flyers that Gottlieb did. This is the fourth video game that Gottlieb has done that we've seen on the show. They published New York, New York, then No Man's Land, and then the last game we played was Reactor. Really well done. Some of the best music we've heard so far. Q*bert's causing quite a commotion. Just use more and more Qs. Oh, look at all those quarters. That's why he's Q*bert. He collects the quarters. He must have been really good for advertising. Who's what and what's that? It's Q*bert. So right now, imagine it's the, nearing the end of 1982, and this shows up in the arcades. It would be like another arcade character that I would say caught on quite as fast as Pac-Man. Like some people were just clamoring for Q*bert. And I'll explain why when we boot the game up. Lots of advertising. Look at that. They even have, is that a Q*bert pinball cabinet? Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. The Q*bert craze is here. This advertisement's interesting. Look down in the bottom of this. It shows how it rates based on other video games like Joust, Jungle Hunt, Tron, Moon Patrol, Sub-Rock, Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Centipede, Satan's Hollow, and they're putting Q*bert right at the top. At least Gottlieb does. I don't know how well you can show these rankings, if they're accurate or not, especially if it's Gottlieb's advertisement. Man, look at that. Yeah, they're obviously selling to the operator, wanting you to buy as much as possible. There's the arcade PCB. Look at all those chips. Here's the control panel for what you sell for Q*bert. It shows you what's deadly to touch, everything that's basically not green, avoid the purple, avoid the red, and then what's to play. What's interesting, though, is the joystick. The joystick is arranged in a diagonal, so it's still a four-way joystick. We've played lots of video games that in the arcades like that, but this one is played on isometric view, so they've shifted the whole thing. It works really well control-wise, and it shows you how to play over there on the left. Yeah, there you go, diagonal four-way joystick. And it's two players, but it's alternate play. There's the arcade marquee for Q*bert. Man, so iconic. Characters are well recognizable. Not only what you see here, but what you see in the game. So Pac-Man was pretty simple. You think of the yellow pie with the piece taken away, but then Q*bert shows up, and this one looks like another very well done video game character. I know, right? Oh yeah, it is a little difficult if you're not used to the isometric view. All right. I also want to show off the manual for Q*bert, because this is one of the rare times that the manual gives us lots of information. All right, show us what you got, Gottlieb. Amusement. We're going to breeze through the table of contents. Look at all the parts to assemble Q*bert. We will not be assembling any arcade cabinets here on Chronologically Gaming. You have to go to another channel for that one. All installation, no, we just care about the game itself. There's the operation game start, how to gain extra lives, and playing with different people. So here's how to play. The object of Q*bert is to change the color of the top of the cubes to the designated color by hopping on them. When all the cubes in the pyramid have been changed to the designated color, the screen will advance to the next round. It's like a classic arcade game. You just keep going level to level. And this breaks down all the ways to play and all the changes as you go from level to level. How to get bonus lives, and a few tips and tricks. Very, very helpful for an operator manual. So this is explaining, power consumption of the arcade cabinet, everything very technical, but then it has really good gameplay elements in this. Well done, Gottlieb. And then it has the control panel instructions that you'll see. How to move them around, stay on the pyramid, destroy the snake by leading him to the edge, and then jump on the disc to get away. And this one has a really detailed look at all the round progressions of Q*bert. How you go the different levels, 1 through 6, and then up to 9. It explains all the characters that will show up, and then what you get for completing the rounds. Can you survive and just keep going? And then there's the score down at the bottom. Oh man, the high score for this is good. Check out the competition now for what Q*bert is like. It's pretty fun. Yeah, there you go. And there it is, like it has in the control panel. Who's who and what's what. There's Cubert. Slick and Sam are our buddies. And if you find anything green, get it. But if it's purple or red, stay away. And then I'll hop on the rainbow disc to fly to the top. Thanks, Gottlieb. This one has a few different versions. We have the early test version in Japan and then the United States. This was first released in North America, so let's play some Cubert in the arcades. Warren Davis and Jeffrey P. Lee. Published by Gottlieb. It's October 18th, 1982. This is Warren Davis's very first video game. And the sound was done by David Thiel, who also did the sound for Reactor. Big fan of Reactor because it's got the best rock and music that we've heard so far in any video game. Check out the attract mode. It's telling us how to play. We don't even need the operator manual. But Cubert gets bonked in the head, swears at us for a little bit, but it's all cute and adorable if you sound like Cubert. We don't know exactly what he's saying. So the attract mode is going into how the game works. You essentially are going to be bouncing from cube to cube, changing the top color. And it's, in a way, not just isometric, but it's three-dimensional, which was, you know, a cool selling point for a video game. There's a high score table. Love it. Oh, man. I wanted to just show off how whenever you begin this game, the color, depth, and how the game looks is very, very impressive right now. Yep, make sure you stay on the playfield. Any fatal plummet, unless there's a disc there, and avoid objects and creatures that are not green. Use the disc to lure snakes to their death, and there's how you gain extra lives. Yes, that's true. If you are familiar with playing this on other platforms, you didn't have that diagonal four-way joystick, so you probably fell off a lot. Here in the arcade, though, the orientation is correct. It is made to play with an isometric view. All right, let's put a coin in and see what's up. What? That was awesome sound. Let's put another one in. It makes coin sounds? That's fantastic. All right, here we go. Push and start. Level 1. We got a nice little cutscene, too. Fantastic. All right, we're hopping our way down. I'm going to use the usual strategy, which is trying not to go directly. Oh, Coily's already coming up. No, I already fell off the side. He's already coming at us. We'll go ahead and take the top warp to the top. I love it. Control's really simple. You just have to move around the grid. That's it. There's no buttons. Cubert swearing at us again. Watch your mouth, Cubert. Everybody loved you, though. Maybe that's why. There's already a game over. The best way to play this one is with an arcade cabinet. Having the joystick oriented the correct way. I actually played this on home consoles before I played it in the arcades, and so when I got a chance to play this in the arcade, it felt like a whole new experience. It was the best way. All right, let's go again. Push and start. That's right, Palpuck. All those bleep blurping snakes. All right, let's see if it takes us a different way. That looks a little bit better. That's it. And when you lure the snake to its death, it's almost like whenever you figure out in Dig Dug how to drop the rocks on creatures. Very, very satisfying.
Wow.
And even has the sound effects for flying off the side. There it is. Match all the colors. Go to the next level. It is classic arcade-dom. At this point, would you call this one of the last of the Golden Age arcade games? I think we have a few more after this. I would consider Mario Brothers, if we get to that one, another classic arcade game, but Cubert is awesome. Single screen, it's combining both the, changing the color or completing something, like collecting something to get to the next level. Oh, we got we get to put in our name in here. Nice. How do we, what do we use to put our... Oh, nice. We push start to put it in. Cool. Okay, let's see if we can do it in time, though. They even use the same orientation. Everything's isometric here for Cubert. Man. Yeah, thanks, Nebulous. All right, let's put a coin in again. It almost reminds me of the 3D view we saw with Zaxxon, how phenomenal it looked. While it's fairly simple, this is still charming. It is whimsical, but it has the graphics, though, that is something that's like next level. I guess we should have led the snake in another direction. He'll keep following us around, yeah. Away from me. I don't know if I'll lure him off the edge now. No. Also notice that it saves our place where we left off, so we don't like start in the same location. Whenever we die, we show up right where we left, right where we died. No, they trapped me. And as levels progress, you end up changing different colors multiple times, so not just one color. You have to jump all around the level several times. They also change it from not just pyramids, it's other things too. Nice. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we haven't seen that one yet. I don't know if I'd call Marble Madness the Golden Age. That seems more like the next level, you know, like a Paperboy around that era. Golden Age, for me, feels like an arcade game that's taking place on one screen where it's score attack. That's so cool. I love the way it plays. I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. The concept isn't like brand new. We played a few games where you have to change colors for games like Hot Shocker or Crush Roller, you know, painting over things. But then the big one for video games we played were the grid capture games, you know, made popular by Amadar, Macho Mouse, Triple Punch, or Pepper 2. You know, you have to complete the grid and then fill in the color to move on to the next round. All right, let's go ahead and put a coin in and keep going. Yeah. Yeah, the cusp. So we are still in the golden age of arcade games right now. This one, it truly shines. Higher color depth, too. Oh, he got us. He came up. The AI. But you do start right where you left off, which is a nice touch. All right, we'll go ahead and head to the top. All right, let's see if we can get rid of this snake this time.
Oh.
He sounds so sad when he dies. Like, I don't want Cubert to die. Don't fall off the side, Cubert.
Oh.
Oh, man. I think you called it, Mark, in the chat. It's falling off the edge so many times. Man, it's so much fun. Oh, yeah, that's another one that we haven't seen yet. Keep them coming in the chat. What's some more games that you would consider the golden age of arcade games we haven't seen at this point? I'm just going to keep pumping quarters in because Cubert's where it's at. This is high-quality arcade video gaming right now. It doesn't get better than this.
Oh.
Alright, we have to go back to the top. Let's see if we can do... We'll do it this way, coming out of this side, and then going. There we go. Now make our way down. And see if we can lure Coily away from us. Get away, Coily. No! And it fell down the other side. Yeah, I'd be pissed too, Cubert. All your plans. Here, we'll come up to the top again. Work our way down and change the color. The other thing, too, is because of this concept, it's addictive. It's really fun to figure out the controls and want to be able to keep going. How long can you last or how long can you survive? And the playfield changing colors is a really nice touch. Wanting to see what's next. Oh, I really thought the red ball was going to go the other way. Alright, I got high hopes. Change everything to blue. Alright, here, come over here, Coily. That's it. No! He jumped the wrong way. Yes. Yes, Cubert. No, we haven't seen that one either. That's a little bit later. No Spy Hunter yet. And all the Cubert sounds, too, are quaint. It's like they took the concept of, let's make a cute character similar to Pac-Man, but then add a voice that's iconic, or some kind of voice. because video games have talked to us. We've heard actual talking, but this one feels like, you know, it's its own thing, its own culture. That's why Q*bert is catchy. That's why it's so popular. Oh yes, Congo Bongo. Haven't seen that one yet. No, get away, Coily, get away! Yes! We lured him to his death.
Oh.
Why? Why? Oh, man. Alright, I think we got it. There we go, nice. In a way, this game feels like the next evolution, too, of arcade games, or classic arcade games, because we played Rally X, or we played Head On originally. Head On was the top-down maze game that added the dots, and you collected all the dots, then you moved on to the next level. And then after that, we saw Pac-Man. Collect all the dots, move to the next level, but you're not driving. You know, you're controlling a character, Pac-Man, that moves around. And then we saw the reverse of that, where instead of collecting the dots, it's lay all the dots, or fill the whole room with dots. And then that led to the grid capture style games. No! No, Q*bert. And after we saw games that were doing the grid capture style, then we have the games like are making it into a platformer. We saw Miner 2049er do that. And then we saw games that are, you know, wanting to change the color to complete the level. And this is not necessarily quite like a platformer. It's a little bit, because you're jumping from platform to platform, but there's no jump forward. We're just moving the joystick around. But it's that idea, and now we have it switched to an isometric view. All right, let's go again. And push and start. Keep going. Come on, Q*bert. Smart choices. Good jumps. Oh, man, that was close. Hopefully Coily. Yes, we got Coily to fly up the side. Awesome. Now, the isometric view is not fresh. We've played other games that have this perspective. Not necessarily much with gameplay. Like I pointed out before, we played some games that were like Major League Baseball that had isometric view, or Challenge Baseball. Let's see if we can make it to the bottom now. Yes, nice. And we recently played Pinquirial Mazes that had an isometric view. But then, of course, Zaxxon is the biggest one. No, I wasn't paying attention and moved the joystick the other way. And Rubik's Cube games took an isometric view, and maybe that's another reason why Q*bert is so popular. It's like we're playing on a modified Rubik's Cube, which was, you know, all the rage right now. I love it. Yeah, I'm already seeing some ratings over in the chat, because we don't showcase the game for extremely long. With Q*bert, though, man, this is another one of those titles I just want to keep playing. Improving, getting better. No, I knew Coily was going to get us. There's the game over.
Bye-bye.
Is that Q*bert saying bye-bye? The biggest one I would say, as far as isometric view this takes inspiration from, is Treasure Island by Data East that we saw in 1981. The whole game is cubes with an isometric view, just like this. It's an auto-scrolling game, but all you do is you're moving to try to get to the top of the screen, like a mountain. And it looks a little bit like this, but the gameplay for this one is better. This is a lot more fun. Oh, that's a good idea. Think of all the games that you saw in arcades or like Chuck E. Cheese that would be right now. Because this would be a big one. Anything that's colorful, you know, Centipede, very, very popular. Go, Coily, make the jump. Yes. All right, hopefully he won't follow us here. Good, go. Get away. Now we got to make our way back, which is going to be scary. Oh, they trapped us in. Man, it's so fun, though. No, go that way. There you go, Q*bert. Oh, pole position. We have seen that one. That one's on another level too. That feels like it's a game that doesn't mess with every title we've seen so far in the arcade. It is too good. I don't know how I outsmarted Coily that time, but I'll take it. And go. Yes. Take it. All right, looking good. Now, if we just can avoid this, make our way to the right, looks good, that's it. Awesome. So much fun. Oh, yeah, we're going to see Sun a little bit later, too. All right, now we got some more enemies to avoid. They're hopping backwards than we are, which is really trippy. But we still have to only jump on the cubes one time. So there's no, like, multiple changing colors now. But, oh man, we got Coily. We have one more life left. Let's see how quickly we can... Oh, he got us. Because of the backwards play. Alright, Supreme Noser. When you get to the top, you want to be the Supreme Noser here on Cubert. Nice. And you get the top chair. I love it. All right, there you go. That's Cubert in the arcades. It's amazing that we've come this far because I can totally see the evolution of how video games in the arcades have changed over time. And Cubert is up there, I would feel, with Zaxxon. It looks and feels different, and it's a level beyond anything we've seen before. I can't imagine a home computer doing exactly what we just saw. All the sound, all the effects, and the gameplay. Obviously, no home computers are going to have their joystick turned on the side, but I'd still say because of the influence of Cubert and how its lasting appeal has been, playing this in the arcades is amazing. I'm going to go full regalia. I see fives. I see a couple fives out there. Yes, that's true. I want to say 5, but I don't want to say as high as a 5 as Pole Position or as high as a 5 as Donkey Kong. It is up there. It is true that this is a very, very good game, but it's in the realm of the best video game you could play right now in the arcades. Way to go, Cubert. That's awesome. And there shouldn't be any more we should say about Cubert. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the next level or evolution of video games is to come. All right, with that, let's press forward and see our next video game. Coming up next is, oh man, this one is one of the most controversial game you could be playing on the Atari VCS. This is Custer's Revenge. Custer's Revenge has a lot going for it, and it's not good. It's not good at all. The front of the box is, obviously, we're playing an adults-only game. Now, this isn't the very first time we played an adults-only game. We had Streaking in the Arcade in October 1981, and then Soft Porn Adventure on Atari home computers and Apple II, Lovers or Strangers on the Apple II, and then Madame Rosa's Massage Parlor. But that's it, as far as like adult-only games, or games with adult content. And this video game, I'm not going to be playing it because here on the show we don't play any games that are geared for adults only, and this one is yet another one of those titles. And here's the idea: what I've seen in magazines. I don't know which magazines would be hosting this one, but this is going to be basically putting out the games that only adults would be playing, and most of the people that had an Atari VCS were going to be kids. And so it begs the question, why? Why would you do this and put this game out there? The gameplay for this one isn't something to be prized with. It's not pushing video games as far as like how the games are. But this one has a lot of controversy going with it. In October 1982, so this month that we're in, there was 250 protesters that were at the New York Hilton, the Women Against Pornography, the National Organization for Women, and the American Indian Community House because of the content of the game. And here's some screenshots of the protest. The reason why I'm showing the screenshots is because this is the first time that a video game came under controversy to the point that people were wanting to ban things. We already talked about controversy when it came to games like Death Race, but this one was on another level because there were so many households in North America that had the Atari VCS, and so the idea of a video game that could do this or had this kind of content for something so widespread was unheard of. And so this is one of the biggest reasons we had the video game crash in North America, because of the quality of this game. It is really not doing anything for gameplay. It's nothing new or big, but I did want to show something else in the manual, because this is what the game has, obviously, about gameplay, what the game, how to play the game. The game is essentially a wallet walker, where you're moving from one side of the screen to the other and dodging things. That's all it is as far as the game goes. So there's not anything fresh or new in the gameplay area. But I did want to show you that the publishers of Mystique has said that the world of electronic video games is the most exciting concept. It uses computer-generated images to challenge the player's imagination to create a fantasy situation that offers a challenge. This would be their perspective of why they made this game. We've designed our adult games to be whimsical, entertaining, challenging, naughty, and fun. Our own team of designers has a line of games that don't just stop at adult, but push the Atari console to the limit, and I would say push it too far. It's our desire to provide you with not only the finest adult video games, but with a level of quality, play, graphics, and effects, and humor rarely found in any video game. And if the kids catch you or ask, tell them that Custer and the Maiden are just dancing. So they are just claiming that this is just fun in games. But I'm going to go so far to say that this game is one of the reasons that's contributed to the crash. And I've pointed this out for a few other titles, especially on the Atari VCS, just because so many people had this console. The Demons to Diamonds is another one that you're like, why would you make this, or why would this game be out there? And then some of the later titles too, that you wonder why the quality just goes down, because there's no quality control. The protests for this game, though, were so strong. It's the very beginning of, we need video games to be rated. We need them to be like the beginning of the ESRB. Started here with this game. So it is influential in that regard, but I really don't want my games rated, and I don't want them to be used like this. Look at Palpuck, yeah, the first 0-star rating because of this. So this also is unique that this game came with a lock and key, so you can actually use a lock to open it, because you didn't want your kids to get into it. It's also known later as Westward Ho and General Retreat. Of all the games we played so far on a home console, because of its influence in how it put junk out there and made the rest of the world, or North America, think that video games were junk too, I'm going to have to go all the way with half star. It's broken, because it's beginning to break the whole industry. And we're going to see other titles too. This is just the very first one by Mystique, and then a few others on the Atari VCS. And we're going to see others too. It's not really, the game is already, gameplay isn't good, but it's very bad. But the game itself and the content is just so bad. So I'm going to go half-star rating. Yeah, I'm looking over the chat, seeing other ratings too going really low. I'm amazed that there would be advertisements for this, or because as soon as this was released and people realized what this game was, they're like, "Oh, we got to take it off the shelves. We can't sell this here. This won't fly." I know, right? Crazy, all crazy gaming. Oh man. All right, that's where we got to put the video game playing on pause, or lack of playing. We kind of ended on the beginning of the end, if you want to call it that. So that's where we got to put all the video games to the stop right now. We're going to do a brief hiatus here on Chronologically Gaming to do a few projects for the show. Be sure to check out Vintage Computer Festival Southwest, where I'll be presenting Chronologically Gaming. Next time on Chronologically Gaming, Donkey Kong Jr. goes portable, and the latest game for your Mattel Intellivision. That's it for today, and like I always say... Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are Perpetually Retro, and we will catch you next time.